Hello friends in District 4, this is Commissioner Ryan Beatty. I'd like to share with you a quick update on things we are working on here at Sedgwick County. On August 21st, the County Commission debated and eventually adopted the 2025 budget. The budget deploys resources and funds for the 46 departments of Sedgwick County government, ranging from things like public safety departments, the Sheriff's Office, EMS, 911 and fire, to our public health department and ComCare, as well as public works. In the budget, you will see a variety of investments into compensation for our workforce. You're also going to see strategic investments into modernizing our 911 emergency communications. And you're going to see investments into roads, bridges, and even facility remodels at places like the jail and our juvenile corrections campus. You will also see some drawbacks and cuts, primarily with cultural arts funding. Altogether, there are approximately $1 million in cuts to departments like the zoo, Exploration Place, and other organizations that contribute to the quality of life in this community. Let's talk about that for a moment, because I want you to know exactly where I stand as your representative on the commission. I came to the County Commission nearly 18 months ago, and I talked a lot about the need to get government more tightly focused on its core services. Just a short time ago, staffing instability had created a situation where we were losing efficiencies in providing public safety and public health services. So strategic investments were needed to target and stabilize our workforce. Altogether, since 2020, we've had nearly $60 million into compensation and benefits for our nearly 2,800 staff members, and the results are measurable. Today, nearly every department is over 90% staff, and metrics like response times and the heavy cost of overtime pay have all been improved. So has the morale of our staff. We have made significant progress, and all of this is in accordance to the platform I ran on when I asked you for your vote. So I'm pleased to announce that we are executing a strategy, but I don't want any confusion with my rhetoric. Just because I advocate for a more focused county government on our core services does not mean that things considered non-core functions aren't important. Nothing can be further from the truth, so let's talk specifics. This is very important. The Sedgwick County Zoo is a true gem in this community. As one of the most popular attractions in the entire state, people flock to West Wichita to experience our zoo, and the economic impact of the zoo is significant. We have over 112 Sedgwick County employees that work for our zoo, and the taxpayers own over 75 structures spanning 247 acres. Our zoo is a big deal, and it's exceptionally important to this community. What about Exploration Place? There was also a 10% reduction in funding for our 2025 budget, which equates to around $200,000. Does my vote to approve that mean I don't like or value Exploration Place? Absolutely not. EP is a regional gym that is growing and evolving in a way that will change the landscape along the river and will nearly double its economic output to this community. They will be a major tourism draw and will significantly enhance the quality of life for our residents. On top of that, EP does educational programming and free admissions for thousands of kids so they can experience the joy of STEM learning. I deeply appreciate and value all that Exploration Place is and all that they are becoming. There are other organizations too. Kansas African American Museum, Extension Center, our Parks Department. All of these receive funding reductions, and yet all of these are incredibly vital to the quality of life we experience here in our community. So how do we find the balance when allocating resources? It's not easy. On one side of the equation, we have public safety and services. The other side of the equation is taxation and fees. When we get out of balance on either side, people's lives are impacted, either their safety and amenities or their finances. It's my view that we are currently in a situation where the top priority is to try and deliver some property tax relief to our citizens while also continuing to work on stabilizing core public safety and health services. How did we do it? We found cuts where we could while lowering the property tax mill levy for the second year in a row. And now the property tax rate for Sedgwick County government is at a 27-year low. These are difficult decisions, but in my view, they were necessary. The question now is, what's the path forward? How do we make sure that community assets and cultural arts funding are protected in the future? Well, that conversation is ongoing, and there are several ideas on the table for discussion. As we talk about different funding streams, partnerships with our 20 cities, and functionally consolidating departments, It's all in an effort to ensure we are promoting this place and protecting it for the future generations of families that will call our community home. I'm hoping you will stay involved in this process. These conversations will be crucial, and I need to know how you feel and how I can best serve you. As you know, there's a lot going on in Sedgwick County, and I'm grateful to serve and represent you. If you ever have any questions or if you just want to share some feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to give us a call here at the office, or you can always just send me an email directly. As always, thank you, District 4.